Good afternoon, teacher and classmate. Our topic is about the SWOT analysis of the teacher. First of all, I would like to introduce this presentation, giving you the function of the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a method which can be applied for educational situation or for any situation. It leads to plan a step in achieving better objective for those situations. Also, SWOT analysis can be applied as an assessment method or technique which may affect an individual performance. This technique helps taking the great possible advantage of opportunities available to make the best decision. The SWOT is formed by 4 categories.
Okay, I am going to talk about the book Considering the SWOT Analysis of Teacher Evaluation by Students. As the article states, a teacher plays an important role in an educational system. Teachers should be highly experienced, well-knowledge and motivated for performing methodological issues at their best. But what really happens when students evaluate teachers? As the article says, and based on literature studies, teacher evaluation has positive impact on teaching and learning processes and educational context because teachers are personally responsible for their students and drive the steps to raise educational standards. Therefore, school teaching staff evaluation, teacher evaluation, and student performance results are interlinked together for improvement plans of education. In this way, teacher evaluation is considered to be an important point in the educational system, in spite of it has not systematically structured yet and implemented through informal mechanism because some aspects of its validity have not been studied. In real, the implementation of effective and comprehensive teacher evaluation is a difficult task. Universities and centers of higher education use student ratings as one of the most common methods of teacher evaluation for some purposes, such as improving teaching effectiveness, for example, the formative evaluation or summative evaluative functions. It is obvious that teacher evaluation by students is useful and average way for monitoring educational system in order to improve the quality of educational processes or promote the function of a particular institution. So basically, this article tried to say that this analysis by students has to be integrated evaluation instruments from all the students' perspective as novel savage learners from improving validity of teacher evaluation.
Following the six stages of education and emotional education, a teacher must always be calm about situations or the threats that can be harmful, can be menacing for the class, and can be very distracting, like a student disrupting the class, of course. A teacher must know how to deal with these kind of situations. He must remain calm, analyze the situation, what to do with this threat, and so he will get to the consequence, to the answer that he's been expecting, he's been planning to receive from this student who has been disrupting the class from a while ago. And so he will get the possible answer that will help him to carry on the class.
As teacher, we are constantly exposed to students who are challenged or authority. To remain in control or reactions, we need to understand how the anger response develops own mind and body. The emotional reactions, these are the 6 steps who are involved in our experience of emotions. The first one is a stimulus. It's something we usually don't have control, but it's just something that happens. The second one is interpretation. Once we are aware of the stimulus, we process the situation to interpret its meaning and importance. Then, if that interpretation leads a conclusion, we act accordingly. The third one is physical arousal. Once the stimulus is identified as one that requires action, our body mobilizes its physical resources to be able to act in the most effective way. The sympathetic nervous system awakens and activates. It includes the increase of blood pressure and heartbeat. The fourth one is response. With the body prepared for action, we next select a behavior. This becomes an all or nothing response as the body competence, the chosen action as quickly and efficient as possible. The fifth one is preparation. It is really the initial phase of the emotional reaction. And the sixth one and the last one is consequences. We will approach a similar system with a sense of confidence and comfort in knowing that we can handle the situation successfully. We learn to expect the worst situation. This higher arousal makes it more likely we will experience a fight-flight reaction in that setting.
According to the test analyzing the SWOT of the teacher, strength is the first category of the SWOT, which provides an area to list everything done right for a project. It is an internal context of education, and throughout the test, teachers can enrich any educational system by giving constructive feedback using this SWOT analysis. This feedback leads the teacher to improve the analysis teacher's evaluations by students for obtaining a reliable and value result.
The SWOT is an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And weaknesses refer to contains needed improvements within a project to remedy the identified weak issues. Okay, it is important to say that some responses in the questionnaires of some students that actually are given anonymously, students are more willing to freely express what they actually think and perceive about the quality of teaching, because teacher achievement cannot be inferred only from test results. So it is, like as I said before, it is important to understand what some weaknesses are. So, for example, not consisted of different factors are involved in the development and implementation of teacher evaluation and assessment processes. Another one is the incomplete reflect that multiple dimension of teaching activity. Not complete reference for measuring teaching effectiveness based on student evaluations. And there is another one which I can't remember. Not to make a real connection between theory and what really happened in real context for teaching evaluation. And the last one, no existent universal standard criteria for designing a reliable and valid questionnaire for teacher evaluation.
So, threats are external factors that are rather detrimental, in this case harmful for the entity in the process, that can affect directly or indirectly the chances of success or failure of the professor. It determines any elements in the surrounding area that make trouble for the project intended, or in this case, for the classes that are intended for the classroom. To ensure that the class is efficiently carried on, a teacher must be aware of what the threats are or could be, such as a student watching his cell phone, a student talking loudly while teacher is explaining. Yes, it's the second fact is really common in these days. There are a group of students that are not interested in the class at all, and they start talking loudly, interrupting the class and not allowing the teacher to explain the lesson. Also, there are students complaining about the subject being too boring. They don't pay attention, they don't want to, they want to do something else, and there are students who can't concentrate in classes. To quote, we can check, and we can take for example kids with ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which, and some of them, the ones who are in a more inattentive way, they don't interrupt the class by moving or by talking, but they don't look directly to what the teacher is talking to. And there are the kids who are in a more impulse way of ADHD that can be very impulsive, very take inappropriate moments in the most inappropriate time to respond. They don't let others to respond. They always want. They always want to be ahead of themselves, ahead of other people, and so on.
Okay, I'm going to talk about opportunities. Opportunities is a part of the SWOT assessment technique, okay? It refers to a favorable external factor that an organization, in this case school or the teacher, can use to give a competitive advantage. The opportunities shows any element in any object to exploit its improvement. It is a positive aspect of the SWOT analysis, and we can use it to give we can use it to give a competitive advantage.